Hey everybody, welcome back to our Factorio playthrough. This is going to be episode 11. And we left off with hooking up oil, at least the source of crude oil, to our base. And now the goal is to actually start producing petroleum gas. And let's see if we can see how far we can get with what we want to do. So let's go dump off our extra stuff for right now. So we're not doing trains right now. Oh, that's fine. Got a lot of pump jacks. That's okay. Let's keep pumps. Let's grab some more of these. And that should be good. We are going to want to do some of those and inserters. Let's just top off our inserters. Okay. Oh, let's get some more lights too. Do we have lights? Yeah, we've got lights. Let's get more lights going here. Okay. So let's grab what we need for oil, which is 20 of those. So we have way more than we need. And oh, let's grab some chemical plants for, well, let's grab 2 stacks of those. And then let's fill up the rest with some bricks. So we've got a good walking path going on here. Okay. So if we put one of these down, we can select the only recipe available to us right now, which is, basic oil processing. So we're going to drag this all the way over. And can't reach that far, fine. Okay, so those only have one input, which is this oil. And let's go ahead and set this up right now for future advanced oil. So we'll do one straight pipe coming out and then undergrounds. Kind of go down here. Let's see. Do this and we'll put a pump in and power it up. And we can see that that is going to start producing this. So let's actually, we'll kind of like do both of these at the same time. Each time we connect that up, you can see that it starts producing petroleum gas. Try and do this relatively quickly. Man, wouldn't it be great if you had some way to automate placing all these entities? Little robot minions. We will get there. So just a couple minutes of tedious. And this is kind of overkill with this many. We definitely don't need this many, but we'll do it anyways. Okay. Now we got to give this someplace to go. So this will briefly make those flare because they're going to fill these little tiny pipe segments with petroleum gas, but that won't last long and those will all be full. Okay, nice. Put some lights in. Okay, let's store this. If we give ourselves a little bit of room here, maybe like this and this, is that? We can maybe move it over here. Could do 3 like this. Just get a nice storage going. And we're going to have other we are going to have more coming in, so maybe let's just make this like this for now. I mean, we can pump. We're going to have more sources of petroleum coming in here, and they potentially could come in here like that, so that's probably okay. All right, so now these are going to just keep cranking away, working while they start to fill this up. But in the meantime, we can actually use it to do stuff. So we want to leave some room for cracking, which can just be like out here, like this. Oops. And yeah, that's probably good. Don't have to get too worried about it. We're not super worried about designing a base. Okay, that's a little section that's just reserved for oil and oil refining and oil cracking. So let's get going with what we need for red chips, which is copper and copper, plastic, and what we need for sulfur, which is just the petroleum. For plastic, we're going to need coal. And if we can get those two going, we'll have some of the ingredients that we need for that. For our, I wonder if we should put, yeah, so let's bring this down here. Let's put plastic. Where can we do red chips? Let's do plastic and sulfur and all of that stuff down here. Do we have another pump? So this is, I don't think this can't quite reach, so it's kind of got to follow the same pattern as undergrounds, even though these can reach further. We don't want them running into these. And we're going to need coal, so let's get our coal, down here as well. And sure. And I think we maxed out our coal patch, but it's only going to be able to provide us really with like 1 3/4 belts. So before we get too crazy far, we're definitely going to want to bring in trains full of materials, but our goal is to do just the bare minimum so that we can then use robots to help us do all of that. Okay, so even though we have petroleum on the bus, let's think about maybe just bringing some down this way so that we can do our other products right here, plastics and sulfur. So let's do plastics first, which we need with the chemical plant. Oh, did we only grabbed 8 of those? Oh, that's because we chucked them all right here. How about we just put a ghost right there instead and give us our... So those will be somewhere in there. All right, so for plastics, pretty simple recipe. We need petroleum gas coming in and we need plastic going out. Now, a lot of times we like to, output on both sides of the belt. So we could figure something like that out and, paste those and see if we can get our petroleum coming in such a way that we leave room for inserters to grab coal, something like this. That could work. And then this can come here. Probably just hook that up. So then if we're going to need some power though. So we're probably going to need to put power poles like that. That should work. And then we can output. So let's try and design it so that we can copy from power pole to power pole. So we would need something like that. So we can copy this and flip it. And then that will get to there. Yeah, something like that. So this will be coal coming in. So that's steel space. So we need it going like this. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's look at the recipe. Plastic takes 1 coal and it produces 2 plastic bars. So technically 1 yellow belt of coal could create 2 yellow belts of plastic. So we've got 1 coming in, so we could conceivably have 2 coming out. So if we had a red belt, if we have 1 full coming in, we can basically export a red belt. I think is what that means, right? So yeah, we'll leave this here, and what we could do in order to have 2 full belts of plastic coming out is just duplicate this down here, or we could just stretch it out and just like run one of these in between after it gets full. Maybe we'll do something like that. So let's copy this. Oh, we don't want those in between. We just want this. Okay, yeah. Just using Q to fill all of this in. Q, Q. Okay. Let's actually get some power and start it running. Get this plastic going. So if we've got 8, they should be outputting enough to fill up a yellow belt. Technically. Oh, it would help if we had all of their inserters there. So we can see now that, yeah, it's completely filling up that yellow belt. That's awesome. We only need 8 to fill up a yellow belt. So if we wanted to do 2, we would need another 8. 2 yellow belts would be copying this whole thing and duplicating it. All right. Okay. Oops, that should be underground pipe. Okay, so that is two two yellow belts coming out. Where are our plastics? Right here. Looks like we're out of undergrounds. Those went quick. But let's actually grab some of those and some of those. And maybe we just want to switch to reds eventually. I might need one to do that now, since we're building so many. So here's our plastic. Let's run them this way, both ways. Okay. Oops. Okay. Kind of ugly, but okay, so this technically, so if we have 16 of these, that means we can make 30, which means we should be able to fill up a red belt. And then we can use a red splitter to split these fast enough to fill up 2 yellow belts. Yeah. Starting to use up some power here. Okay, so that's plastic. That wasn't too bad. We could go ahead and do sulfur while we're at it. I think we could extend this so that if we wanted to do 2 red belts, what we would do is copy this and then just have the first red belt run past these on undergrounds. That wouldn't be a big deal. And then we would change all of these to red. Okay, I don't think we need plastics all the way up there, but kind of up that direction. Okay, let's look at sulfur. Sulfur, 2 sulfurs in 1 second. Well, I think we only want one belt of sulfur, so what do we need for sulfur? 30 water and petroleum. Okay, this might be a little bit more tricky because we can't just come out of here like this or this because now they're connected and those don't match. So what we can do though is if we give it a little bit more space, we only have 4. And have our output go like this. Okay. What we can do is one of these can come out with an underground like this, and then one of these can come out like this. So these can hook up here, and then these can hook up there. That could work. So it's kind of crowded right next to that. Let's maybe give it a little bit more room like that. Yeah. Okay. And really, if we wanted to, so let's see. Let's assume we're doing that pattern like this, and this is sulfur, and we're just saying, okay, water's got to go one more. Let's see what we're down. Water's going to go here, and petroleum is going to go here like this. So that's our basic design. Actually, yeah, this can go like that, straight across. And this can go like this, straight across. We can just copy this and keep it somewhat compact. And we can even squeeze like, even squeeze that in there, like that. So that grabs those two. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to need a water pump, and I am not pumping water from the nether regions. And boom, now we've got sulfur. Now if we copy this like that, we just need to grab some more plants or create them on the fly and then start outputting. See, these are full. So if we've got 8 of them and they're producing 2 every second, that's 16 a second. So that's more than we need for one of these builds. So what we'll want to do is we could put a splitter here because these will completely fill up this half and there won't be any room to do this. So, and actually instead of a splitter, what we'll just do is go like that. And then copy this and this and this and this, and there's sulfur. Sweet. And sulfur is going to go right here. And what I'm tempted to do, since we're going to run sulfur and red chips all the way up here, is to actually run them all the way up here and create blue science up here, because we have everything we need for blue science once we run red chips. So I think we might do that. It's just to run those all the way up. That could work. So sulfur is here. Oops. Okay, sulfur, there we go. And we'll split it. And we're going to need sulfur in order to create sulfuric acid as well. But we don't need that just yet. We will need it for some other things. We should probably be doing some research. Let's get our military upgrades. And then that solar panel. There's actually some good stuff in this that we want to be researching. How are we doing for power? Yep. Okay. Let's switch our focus now to red chips. Let's go build those over here. Okay, let's look at red chips. Red chips, 2 plastic bars, okay, and 2 electronic circuits, and it takes 6 seconds. Well, in 6 seconds we can deliver 6 times 15. That is 90. We can deliver 90 plastic bars. And if we only need 2, 90 divided by 2, that means 45. So we could support, I think, 45 red circuit machines. Is my math correct on that? Well, we can check that on our cheat sheet. So one of the things you can do on this cheat sheet, if you haven't looked at it, is you can take a component and say, hey, how many belts of this do I need to make this many belts? So for example, if I have like, let's say I want to make 1 belt of red, I'm going to need 2 belts of plastic. Yeah, that's a lot. 2 yellow belts of plastic. But that's 2 belts supporting 72 assemblers. So 1 belt should be, and that's green assemblers. So yeah, we can support, I think we can support quite a bit. If in 6 seconds I only need 2, and in 6 seconds I can provide 90 divided by 2, 45. I think we can, you can supply a whole bunch. So I don't think we'll get near to where we have to be in order to provide like a full red belt. I mean, I think we can get there, but yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah, because the green at crafting 1, but we're really at crafting speed 0.5. For a full yellow belt of red circuits, we need a ton of factories producing. We need like 12 chunks. Yeah, no, we won't worry about that. Okay, so what else do we need? We need 4 copper cables. So in 6 seconds, copper cables, we can produce 4 a second. So in 6 seconds, we can make 24. We can make 24 of these in 6 seconds. And we need 4s. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So we can have 1 copper cable machine will support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red circuit machines. Oops, not those. So that's kind of a basic pattern, is to say we need copper for this, and it will support that many. Like, it'll support a ton. So we could bring, you could bring copper in and, have it stop right here and have output on a belt like the rest of it. But we want to be able to like extend this to increase like our production. And so we don't want to just have it stop right here. Instead, what we would want to do is have maybe copper on one side, copper plates coming in on one side, and then the copper cables getting output on the other side, something like that. I mean, we could even have, uh, you could even have copper like running like this, and then you just have a gap like that, and then you put this in and say, hey, if you need to grab some, just, grab some like that. Boom. And that could work. We could do something like that, maybe. How about that? I mean, this would be tileable, because if you went like this and put it down here, then you'd have that next thing going on, right? So yeah, that could work. And then look how slow these are. These take 6 seconds. So we can probably grab everything that we need with just red-handed and yellow-handed red-handed inserters. So for example, if we put plastic and chips on this belt and then had red circuits going out this way, we could copy this and put it right here. So you could say, okay, you need to output, 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 and input, 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 and then we can switch it. So it's like output and input, output and input. So they line up like this. So now they're both grabbing and placing on this belt. And this can be glipped with the G key and go this way. So we got copper coming here. Out of belts. Oh my goodness. Let's grab some more, make sure we're not. And get some more blues. Okay. And let's grab power. Throw some lights up. Okay, where were we? Oh, so this is, yeah, this is to duplicate, but it's not really needed. So we don't really need that one. Okay, so let's run these belts all the way to the end, or we might need to copy. That way we can extend it if we want to. Now for blue science, in order to make, so we are making 2 science per second with these factories up here. That's the ratio we have. So if we want to make 2 items per second, like following this same the same ratios, we're going to need 24 of them, because they take 24 seconds, and in 24 seconds we make 1. So if we have 24, we're making 1 per second, but they make 2, so we need 24 to make 2. So 24 will take 3 circuits. 24 machines will take 3 advanced circuits. So in 24 seconds, we need 24 times 3. 24 times 3. We need 72. And those take 6 seconds. So we need 12. Is that right? I think that's right. I think we need 12. I'm not sure about the ratio on that one, if that was right. Let's think about that. If we want to make 2 per second of this, then we need 24 plants, and 24 plants need 3 circuits every 24 seconds. So one of these needs, how many of these do we need? How many circuits do we need a second? I don't know. I figure that out. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling here. I just want to make sure that we have enough to produce. And I think that might be enough, 12, because we need 24 times 3. in a 24-second span, in 24 seconds, we need 72 red, 72 red chips. Now, 72 red chips, times 6 seconds, that takes 432 seconds divided by 24, 18. There we go. So that's what we're doing. We're saying we need 24 blue machines, and they need 3 of those. So we make it. We need 72 red circuits. 72 red circuits. Now those take 6 seconds each. So that's 432 seconds worth of production. And we want to make those in, we have 24 seconds. Like how many do we need in a 24-second block? So that's what we divide it by 24. 18. So we need 18 red circuit machines just to power blue science. Okay. Oh, we need some power in here first. So let's get some, and we need to have inputs here. Okay. And those, we can just like go like that. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. These can all be on one side like this. So we could put, lights here. Okay. So now we just need inputs like copper, which is bad because we have these pipes in the way. Well, at least we know where they go. So, and ideally, every once in a while, we just split it right there, so that's not too bad. Okay, let's have our other one going here. Roughly there. Okay, so there's copper. Oops. Okay. Technically, I guess we could just go like this. Because we don't need them to be supplying all that much. Oh, this is kind of wonky, I guess, because we didn't really have one over here. Okay, anything we're missing? I think we just need to bring in circuits. Oh, these guys right here. We just need to bring in circuits and plastic down this middle. So that's going to be pretty quick. All right, and we should see red chips coming out, hopefully. Sweet. Okay, and indeed, we've got red chips going. Looks like we are getting close on power. So, hurrah! Let's make sure they're all working. How far are these going down? So not quite to the end, not quite yet. But there we go. So this is making it to the end. All right. Well, let's set up a little buffer. No, buffer. Not a buffer. Just a place to collect red chips. Actually, we don't want this. We want the priority to be feeding blue science, but as it backs up. So yeah, this is backed up. So it looks like we can support, how many do we have? We can support more assemblers with half a belt. So we have half a belt. So I think we should be able to support, let's see, that's 24. But it's still backed up. So let's look at that again. 6 seconds. In 6 seconds, we need 2 plastic bars. So that is in 6 seconds, we need 2 plastic bars. Well, in 6 seconds, a half a belt can supply 15 times 6, which is 15 times 6, which is 90. 15 times 6 is 90. So divided by 2 is 45. So in 6 seconds, we can supply 45 plastic bars. So technically 45 divided by 2, we should be able to support 22. And it looks like we're definitely doing that. Are all of these working? This one's not working. Doesn't have enough copper cables. It looks like we need to have this go here and have, let's try that. So this is not quite outputting fast enough. So what if we do this and reverse that? How about that? Is that fast enough? Because this isn't getting any, and neither is this. And technically one of these should be able to support 6 of those. So let's see if this gets to the end. There we go. So that's starting to get to the end. So we need to move this back and reverse this. like that. That should work. And just copy that same little thing right here. Okay. Now we should be getting copper cables to the end, and they should all be working. We'll just kind of trim that off for now and put those in there. Dump our remaining plastic out. Throw green chips in there. So we were able to get plastic, sulfur, green chips, not green chips, red circuits, and oil processing up. That was pretty awesome. So our next goal now that we have all the ingredients will be to get these red chips, this sulfur, which might have to do kind of some funky little jogging here, because I don't think we'll need batteries this far. We want to get these all the way up here and get the ingredients over here to make blue science. So if we were to come here, we need oh, dang it. Let's not waste those. Always running out of stuff. So we can bring this over here. For that, red chips will be coming from here. And we can just kind of squiggle these up like that. We probably really only need to go like this. Yeah, because blue needs sulfur and circuits, but they take forever to craft, so we don't need those on separate belts. And we'll need to make engines as well. Engines take a while, but we will focus on that next time. So pollution's doing okay. Power struggling. So our first probably priority next time will be to just maximize this belt of coal right here for all available power. And after that, we'll set up blue science and start researching our way towards personal robots and uranium processing in the mix somewhere. We might do that first. That doesn't take too long because before we set up nuclear power, we actually want to generate some of the very precious uranium-235, and that can take a while to get your first one. So That's what we'll do. Let's save this as episode 11. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful. And if you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment box, and we'll see you next time for episode 12. Take care.